It honestly took me quite a while to get my greenhouse fully established and to get all of the different gear and equipment that just made it feel complete. And there are definitely some essentials that I feel like every greenhouse needs. Now, I myself only have a fairly small greenhouse, as you can see here. It's just a wall standing one, but this advice will apply to any type of greenhouse. What are some of the essentials that every single greenhouse should have? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be going over on in this video. By the way, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. We're currently trying to hit 4,000 subscribers. I would love to have you here. Let's start things off simple. Of course, the very first thing you're going to need is a ton of different seed trays. These are going to be absolutely essential for growing your seeds in, of course. Now, a really exciting part of having a greenhouse is growing things directly from seed. And in these seed trays right now, as you can see by the labels, I'm growing a ton of different vegetables. So get yourself some cheap seed trays. You can find these in garden centers. You can find them online for cheap. They don't need to be anything too crazy or expensive, and they can be constantly reused, which is absolutely fantastic. I have a ton more down here as well, which is really useful. So seed trays are definitely the first and maybe most important thing you need. However, underneath them, we have these capillary watering trays. On them, we have the capillary matting, which is this sort of material which will hold in the moisture. And of course the tray, which it fits nice and perfectly into. Here I can fit several of my little seed trays so that I can water the tray, the matting itself, and then the seed trays and the pots that I put on top will lap up the water from the bottom. I have a separate video on this watering advice, but yeah, definitely get yourself some of these watering trays as well, just so you don't have to be constantly watering your seedlings every single day. This sort of material can be purchased, the capillary matting, and it can be cut to shape for whatever tray you've got. You don't have to buy a tray, you can just reuse one from the kitchen or something like that. As long as it's a nice plastic tray, and boom, all of that water will go straight up into your seedlings, which is incredibly useful. Of course, you also want to get yourself a ton of plastic pots. You can either reuse these from ones that you've purchased existing plants from, or buy yourself a set of pots that you can just reuse to the end of time. I have various different sizes, as you can see. I have these really tiny ones which are used for potting on my smallest of seedlings, and then slightly bigger ones that pot on the seedlings once they've gotten even more established. That's what I will do once these continue to grow. They will eventually get potted onto here. It's going to be a few months before I can do that, as I'm currently in February, but once we start getting to sort of April time, I'm really going to need a lot of pots. And there are probably hundreds here stacked up. You definitely want to have as many of these as possible. Now, I'm a bit of a pot hoarder. I like to save up all of my different pots that I purchase existing plants in and reuse them. And I recommend you do the same. Here is an example of things that have been potted on from little seedlings. A lot of them are looking a bit dead at the moment, but don't worry about that. That's just because they're perennials. I also use these pots to pot on self-seeded things like this verbena, which seeded into my flower bed. Since I didn't want it in that position, I decided to pot it on in here. And that brings me to the next thing we need, a nice good supply of compost, or I guess I should say potting mix. So here I have my potting and seed mix, which is going to help, you know, grow our seeds in and then eventually pot our little seedlings on into. Now, this is filled up with a variety of just compost, very fine compost, mind you, so that the seedlings have room to breathe, and also some vermiculite and even some perlite as well. These are definitely essentials to have in your garden, as they will help with the growth and drainage of your seedlings and potted on seedlings as well. So make yourself a nice mixture of this. There are some very good guides online which will teach you the right ratios for how to make a good potting on mix, but always have some of this in your greenhouse so that at any time you want, you can pot things on or, you know, start up some seedlings. I think it's definitely really important just to have it ready, not have to make it up each time you want to do it. Another thing I have here is my little sprayer. Not sponsored, but hey, Spear and Jackson if you want to. I'm right here. These little sprayers will effectively help keep our plants nice and watered. It's a very gentle way of watering your seedlings, but depending on the pressure you're using, you can have, you know, higher amounts of pressure to water things a bit stronger if you want. So very, very useful. They last for quite a long time, you know, they're great. I definitely recommend having a sprayer so that you can keep everything nice and moist. You don't want your seedlings or your potted on plants to dry out. That would be an absolute disaster. You know, something I would totally never do. Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. You could, of course, have a watering can as well, because that'll be much easier for watering the matting on these trays. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Some people do also have these tiny little misters like this one up here, but I don't recommend it. Next, we have a seed box. Mine has gone a bit moldy, unfortunately. I need to look into that. But yeah, some people do keep seed boxes in their greenhouses just so you've got the seeds exactly where you need them. I do, although clearly I need a better one that's not going to go moldy. Yeah, this is absolutely filled with seeds. It's where I keep the seeds I pick the garden, seeds that I buy. You know, it just keeps them nice and organized. I think just having them sort of messily around the greenhouse, you can do that if you want to, but it is also a good idea to keep them organized, I feel like. And also this will help keep them dry. Despite the fact the outside of the box has gone a bit moldy, thankfully the inside is still nice and dry, so my seedlings are protected. It's also a good idea to have lots of different seed packets as well, I feel like, just so you can, you know, have a way to contain any seeds that you get from the garden. Because I definitely do recommend getting seeds from the garden so that you don't just have to constantly be purchasing them, you know? If you have a lot of different perennial plants in your garden, you'll find they release a lot of seeds. And that can be a cheap way of growing more plants on each year in your greenhouse. So definitely recommended. I also have a little thermometer in here, which helps us tell the temperature, of course. This is really, really useful, especially if you're trying to grow seeds under certain conditions. For example, I need it to be around 10 to sort of, you know, 10 to 12 degrees in here. Celsius, I should say, here in the UK, if I want my seedlings to actually grow properly. So I can see that those low numbers are not good. Maybe I need to do a bit more to insulate my greenhouse. I can also see the high is crazy. I don't know how that's happened at this time of the year, but yeah, it's really useful. Let's actually maybe even clear it at the moment so we can just get a better, you know, understanding of what's going on this time of the year. But yeah, definitely important to have one of these set up in your greenhouse so you know the temperatures. That's going to help you out a lot. Ultimately, it's your greenhouse, so have exactly what you want, but I do think these things are absolute essentials to have, and they will help you grow your seedlings and your plants. So definitely keep all of that in mind. And thanks for watching the video. Definitely subscribe for more gardening content.